Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are Queens Talking Reality, and I'm Elisa Matisa,
And I'm Farah.
and we are here to discuss Potomac reunion breakdown. You see it, Real Housewives of Potomac. Let's get into it. Let's jump right in. The reunion.
Yep.
What do you think about this last part?
Ugh, I don't know. I'm not excited about any of the three-part reunions. I was just okay. I watched, of course, to do this recap. But it started out with Monique. First of all, Monique's outfit actually looks worse in person than it did in the pictures.
I know.
She looks a hot mess. She's a pretty woman, so her makeup, her hair, I like, but everything weighs from her neck down was a miss.
That
So
armored suit, I wasn't too thrilled about that armor and like Shira type get up. I don't know.
nothing about it looked good. So she brought out the binder again. It was the same thing. I thought that was kind of corny with the binder again. It was like, okay, you did it one reunion, now you
Wait,
brought
was
it
it a
back again.
binder? I thought it was just her phone.
No, you remember she had brought the binder, but there was nothing in the binder. It was her bringing it, like kind of like, oh yeah, I remember from last reunion when I had the binder, and then she gave it to Andy, but there was nothing in the binder. I don't even know why they even mentioned the binder. It was kind of like pointless. The
Yeah,
binder.
you should have left that. Like when you know how when somebody has a part two and you should have just left it alone. Leave it in part one. Leave that alone. Like you didn't
I
need to do anything else.
Yeah, it meant nothing. So the big, I guess, shocker was she had proof that Stacy was either messing with her ex-husband or she was the one who leaked the information to Chris, her ex-husband. But there was so many I didn't know what the hell was going on. It didn't to the audience. They should have just left that out because even though everybody's like, oh, looking in shock, I don't know what the hell's going on because you couldn't hear anything.
Hmm.
And then later, there was a video of Ashley. She was doing an interview and she said it was Monique's kids or one of Monique's kids who mentioned to her ex-husband or who's Stacy. But what that doesn't prove anything.
Oh, that's what
Like,
that was. Who, Stacy? That's stupid.
yeah, like that didn't prove that they could have heard about Stacy from school. It
Exactly.
could have been anything. I mean, to show everybody, it could have been anything.
Hmm.
So I don't know why that was even brought up.
Yeah.
That whole part was dumb. I mean, at this point, I don't think Monique should come back the next season. I I'm sorry. I know she's grown and she did all stuff.
Hmm.
I like the old Monique that was checking bitches.
Yeah.
This is then with Monique, and she needs to go to a different show. I don't like her for this show. But again, now I don't think she has anyone she has conflict with. I think she'll still be able to check someone, but it's just that I don't think her time is done. I think she should come back. Maybe if Candace comes back, that would be interesting to see how they get along. Other than that, I
Yeah.
think she needs to not come back next season.
Yeah, maybe they need to repair. Like she has to have a storyline. Like I don't know what is her storyline now. Like what? They're not that she's not showing anything about her life, her dating life. Maybe they should focus on like rebuilding relationships after divorce or being a single mom after, divorce. Like something. Like give us something besides just being in the mix of like, oh, a girl might be messing with your ex-husband who you're not even into anymore. Like who cares if she is? Like that storyline was stupid.
Yeah, but I don't think nobody really cares about Monique's love life. I don't think nobody want to find out about Monique after divorce. Like, who cares?
Yeah, but
And
she
I
needs
think
a, yeah, but it's a reality show. I'm just saying, like, what are they showing? What are they showing about her life that's interesting? Like, we don't see nothing to even say that's boring. We don't get nothing.
well, she's the front of the show.
Oh yeah, okay,
She's not a main cast, so I guess that's why they didn't really show her life. And
okay,
I
maybe
think
that's why.
her ex-husband didn't want the kids to be filmed. So
Oh,
that kind
okay.
of makes it harder if you're in the house and the kids are with you. I don't know.
Hmm.
But maybe if they bring her next season, I don't know what she'll have going on in her life. I mean, with these reality shows, it's always talk about storyline, storyline, storyline. But when you really think about it, majority of them do not, and it's just creating conflict. Like Who on that one? Wendy now has a storyline because she's facing charges. Karen has a storyline because she went to jail. Nobody else in that cast has. What's the storylines? What's Stacey's storyline? She got back with her ex-husband. If you
I
really think
mean,
about it, nobody in these reality shows have storylines. Their storylines is creating conflict amongst the group.
but you still do see them in their home life and like you
Yeah,
know,
but
their
nothing of
marriage.
interest. There's nothing new. I feel like even Potomac, they need to bring new people in. Like when they had Nneka there, that was somebody different and new.
Yeah.
Stacey was new, but I think at this point, there's nothing really going on. What Tia was new, but then it's like, okay, what was going on with Tia? Nothing really.
Mhm.
Watching her husband was okay, but after I start thinking like, what would be a storyline at this point for someone to come in and I could be like, wow, her life is so interesting.
Mhm.
Angel came in more a little bit interesting at first because she was supposed to be the one with the money, the husband. As you can see with this reunion, none of the husbands was there because none of them got husbands, but Wendy, Karen, and Angel. None of the husbands, normally in the reunions, they have the husbands come out and talk.
Yeah, they
This
definitely.
reunion, none of them
I
came
think
out.
they should at least had Eddie. What is this? Eddie have Eddie and what's your name? The not the husband, but the boyfriend. What's his name?
Who's boyfriend?
The one that ain't never gonna get married, and he was already married. I don't think she. I don't think.
Oh, you mean what's her name? Kiana?
Yes, her man.
Yeah,
I
he
think that
could
would
have
have been
came
interesting.
out. Yeah, Ray could have came out. Yeah, they could have, and they could have had Angel's husband. I could have sworn when they showed the trailer, Angel's husband was at the reunion, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, he wasn't in the reunion. I didn't think about it. He's like, well, what whose husband is here or something like that. Didn't they show him
But
saying something in like the reunion when they were showing the
I don't
maybe
remember
it's
that
confusing.
part.
Or you don't remember? Maybe it's just me.
No.
I could have sworn they had shown him saying something to them, but he should have been there. I
Yeah.
think they should have had the husbands come out.
Yeah, because I
But
don't think it needed to be stretched out for 3 episodes. Like it did not need to be stretched out that long. That's the only thing I hate about it. It's like we got all the information we needed to get to wrap up the season at the reunion in the first 1 to 2 episodes, maybe 1.5. I don't think we need 3 because it dragged a little bit
yeah,
for me.
I think they should have had the husband's houses out, especially Angel's husband, because I'm very curious
Yeah.
to see what he would have said about how the women were treating his wife. Because
Yeah, that would have
he
been.
didn't like it.
And I just think, like, to me, I feel like that was an opportunity to redeem herself. Like, to me, I'm just not going to roll over and die. Like, after this failure and this disaster of a trip, I would have definitely I would have prepared myself to come in blazing, me and my husband, because now you gave him a bad name trying to act like he's like aggressive and like, you know what I'm saying, like a bad husband. I would have prepped myself and my husband to redeem myself and redeem my business. And they didn't. Like that would have been the time to do it. It would have been
And
perfect. And you know
they
the
didn't
viewers would have
mention the
loved it.
aggressive stuff. They didn't mention about them who was it? Ashley calling him aggressive. They didn't mention that either.
Yeah, but I mean, it was out there to me. That would have been a perfect opportunity to have my husband on and let everybody know and let the world know, especially with your business. I just think that was a lost opportunity, and I'm sure Bravo would have welcomed it. That's juicy to have the husband on there. Like after all of this time, like you know, he's been kind of playing a background role. Like I want to know what he got to say now to these women.
Yeah, I
Or in
understand why they
defense
didn't
of
bring
his
it
wife.
up.
Yeah, in defense of his wife. He didn't want to watch the kids and stuff like that. As far as I saw, I still believe that he was not interested. You say it was because of the women and he's supposed to be didn't want her to go out and be a part of the woman group who was haters or whatever. I believe he did not want to watch them kids.
Yeah. And
And
I
he should have
also think
redeemed himself.
I wanted to hear Eddie talk.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
he probably
came
wouldn't
out
have
to
said much.
wipe her tears, but you didn't see him come out. And yeah, this would have been the time to come out. And they both face like the public about the allegations and charges.
Yep. So what else happened? I'm
But
trying to think
what do you think about Stacey's response to Monique's accusations and her reveal?
I mean, she said, why would she do that? She's focused about her relationship, her marriage. She wouldn't, do that to Monique. I don't know Stacey that well, but I don't think Stacey did it. I honestly don't think the allegations of what they're saying Stacey did is right. I think maybe if she did say it to Chris, I think his name is Samuels, it wasn't in a malicious way. It was kind of like, oh, they were talking about you. I don't know if she did do it, but they're making it a bigger deal than it really is. And I don't think Monique really was feeding into it until she brought that whatever recording. But now she's backpedaling, stating on social media that
Yeah,
Stacey was not the person
she's
who did
innocent.
that information to her husband. So the question is, who else? If it's not Stacey, who else within the cast or around there that did it?
I saw comments saying Kiana could have did it, like when she went
I think so.
outside. Yeah. But I think like Stacey's such a liar though. Like that's the only thing about her. Like you don't know what to believe. She has a fake Miss America smile. And then she's like, lied about dating him. I believe she absolutely dated Chris Samuels because she said it when they had when they showed, like, the producers showed the scene where she said it, that she's dated him. Like, I think she's lying. And she lies for no reason, like just to make herself seem better. And she'll just she'll lie just on a whim, just to navigate her way and pivot out of like sticky situations. So I didn't know what to believe with her. I thought she was lying, but because now Monique is saying that she's innocent and it wasn't her, I kind of think maybe it was like the boy who cried wolf. Like, she lied so many times, I tend to think that she was lying again. But I do think this one time she wasn't lying.
Yeah, I don't think wasn't lying, but the fact that she lied so much, no one's gonna believe her.
Yeah.
But they just need to drop it. Maybe Kiana did do it. Again, Kiana. What else happened? Giselle. I mean, Karen. I guess we could go into Karen coming out because nothing happened. Right. They did their packages, and we'll talk about Giselle not getting one towards the end. We'll talk about that. But other than that, I feel like it was kind of a snooze fest.
What about when Jazzy came out?
Nothing. The dress was as hideous as it was on. It looked worse on camera.
It was this episode, right? Oh no, it was the last. I don't think we talked about that.
She was here this episode too. Still, she left, but she was going back and forth with Tia. I think she was trying to have a moment, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, I don't think she's coming back.
She should come back. I don't think Kiana should come back. I don't think Angel should come back. I don't think Ashley. At this point, at first I thought maybe Ashley needs to come back, but
I want Ashley back.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think Ashley, because she got so much flack this season, she's gonna try to do better next season.
Mm-hmm.
I need the messy Ashley, not the Ashley that said, "Oh, I want to be more of a sister." No, we don't want that.
Yeah, I don't think she's even capable of doing that. I don't think she's gonna do that.
Yeah, so that's the only thing. What else? Okay, so Karen comes out. Karen gets to sit next to Andy. And of course, all the women, they're happy to see Karen. With Wendy, Karen. I'm trying to understand, what is the beef between Wendy and Karen?
I know they did not state it, but I do tend to believe it has to do with that scene that they show where Stacey
told that's where it started.
Wendy about, like, how she was like talking bad about her, and then Wendy pulled Stacey away and basically was like, "Girl, let's hang out," or whatever they did. They went to the back, went to the bathroom, whatever. But you could tell Wendy did believe Stacey when Stacey said that Karen was talking behind her back and warning her about, warning her about Wendy.
Now, do you think Stacey lied, or that was true? Because Stacey be lying.
No, I absolutely think that Stacey told the truth. I don't think she would. Stacey wants to lies about herself, her life, her past, just on a whim. But I don't think she would lie about something like that, like something where, like, another housewife and a scene that took place, an incident that took place. I don't think she's gonna lie about that. Like, she too wants to be friends, like wants to be liked by everyone. I don't think she's gonna pull out like a lying, bold-faced lie like that.
No. I think she what she said really did happen. I think Karen said, I don't think Karen tried to deny it and then unfriended Stacey. But you could tell when, for some reason, it's like it's easy to tell when Karen is lying.
Yeah,
So I believed what Stacey was saying because
me
Stacey stuck
too.
to it. So I could see why Wendy felt betrayed because she really looked up to Karen.
Yeah,
And
I
at
think
that
so
point,
too.
Karen was the only person within the group she felt was
Hmm.
her friend. You remember she picked Karen to go to the White House. She really looked up to Karen. Like, oh, she even followed some of Karen's business ideas. So I think
Yeah.
Wendy really looked up to Karen and was felt disappointed. Oh, you're gonna talk bad about me. So I understand. But Wendy was also upset with Karen because Karen mentioned about, seeing what they said, Karen said something about your mom was, they called your mother a witch when
Oh,
never
that
called her
was
mother
stupid. Wendy's
stupid.
just like pulling any that like that was stupid. Like she didn't even call her mother a witch. She brought up that somebody said her mom was a witch. Like that
Yeah,
was, and then the W word, like that was like so bad. Like please, and I do believe her mother was practicing some voodoo. So
me too.
yeah, I do believe it, whether Wendy wants to believe it or not. But Karen did not call her mom a witch. But I did love the part when Karen was like, I love the part when your mother told you to shut the F up. I love that
Oh,
part.
I like that part. But
Yes.
I realized Wendy was stuck on stupid. Like
Yeah.
she didn't really have any comebacks for anyone really. And I feel like even with Karen, it's kind of like when Karen said that, Wendy stayed quiet and didn't come for the girls, I think out of fear of what they were going to say back to her.
Yeah.
It's kind of like after Karen said that, Wendy could have said something back. She didn't say nothing. She stayed quiet. And I think it was more fear like, okay, right now I could possibly be in the hot seat more than already am. Let me
Yeah.
just take these shots and just not say anything.
And
Whatever
then
these
the women's
women say to me, let me not say.
responses.
Hmm?
Yeah, the women's like responses, like, "Oh, Karen, why would you do that? Why would you say that?" Like it was like, okay, it wasn't that bad when she said, I especially like when your mother told you to shut the F up. That wasn't like bad to say. That's how she felt. Like she liked that part. She do need to shut the F up
Yeah, and Wendy,
sometimes.
and then of course she after that she related to saying shut the F up because right now Wendy's talking too much. So
Yeah.
moving on, there was, Andy started asking. Andy, I have to say, asked good questions. He asked questions that we wanted to know and things we even said if you watch our other videos.
Yes.
So Wendy, she went back because she went back and told about the day that they found out they were robbed, based on burglarized, based on Angel saying, "Oh, I felt Wendy acted like this towards me because of what she was going through." And Giselle and Ashley agreed that no, 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 you're reaching. I don't think Wendy knew when we were filming that she was going to possibly go to prison. So Wendy recapped what happened. And I think Karen was right when she was saying Wendy spoke too much. I think Wendy spoke too much.
I think so too.
I would not have said a lot of things because one, right now, all eyes is on you. Yeah, a lot of the stuff is documented. Yeah, legal, but you may say something, not even be conscious of what you're saying that's different than what's in the court papers, unless she
Yeah.
rehearsed everything
That's what I was
and
gonna
with
say.
her
That's what
attorney
I
to know
believe.
exactly what she's saying.
That's what I believe. I think she rehearsed. She has way too many details. Way too many. I believe that's so rehearsed, and then she's gonna stick to the rehearsal lines.
That the
Like I
attorneys
do not
told her.
believe. Yeah, I don't. I do not believe that's what. Like, come on. I'm sleeping in the bed. I rolled over,
Yes, it was
and
like
he
a
said,
written script.
yeah, the kids ran in the room and said whatever, but she has like way too many details, like for everything. Like she has a response and then a detailed storyline. I'm surprised she didn't say what she was wearing. Like it was just too many details to like just things we didn't really need to know. We didn't know you were sleeping in the bed and then oh my goodness, you heard a knock at the door at so and so time. Like it was just too rehearsed. And I think it sounds like she's prepared and to stick to her story.
I agree. And Karen told her not to talk too so much. She's talking too much. I agree. But you know what? When I watch Wendy
Hmm.
talking, Wendy's guilty.
Yeah,
The
I
way
know that.
even the way she's sitting is like so. It's like her whole face says, "I'm guilty," and I feel bad of what I did. I'm guilty. Everybody there thinks she's guilty. I
But
don't
I
think
think that's an
anybody sitting on
act
that couch,
too.
including Andy, thinks she's innocent.
No, but I think that's an act and it's a poor act. Like I think she's guilty, but I think she is trying to put on a woe is me. I'm so sorrowful. Like I just gotta get through this, wait and see. Like to me, I think she's faking it. Like to have an act like I think she thinks she's gonna get away with it, but I believe that's all an act.
Okay, so I
It's
don't
coming
think.
off across as like terrible acting, like how they did that last scene when they, oh my god, and they started crying and what's his name, whatever the kid's name, Michael asked me, oh whatever he called or whatever, asked if mommy's coming home or whatever made them start crying and tearing up.
Oh,
I
when he
just
was
think
saying, oh, about the kids, Cam, I think his name is
yeah,
Cam. I
it
think.
was just that scene. That whole scene was fake when she walked over moping, crying. Eddie starts, a teardrop starts coming down. Like that was so rehearsed. So I just feel like everything that they're doing is overly dramatic, like sadness. Like they want you to feel bad. And I don't, it's just coming off across as fake.
Yeah, but I don't think Wendy thinks she's gonna get away with it. She doesn't speak with confidence at all. The way she's sitting, the way she's.
That's the act.
I don't think that's the act. I think she's no. I think she's guilty. We're looking at it. That the act did not say she's innocent. She
The
didn't
act
plead her
is no,
case.
but the act is feel bad for me. Like I'm
Yeah, but
gonna
that
get
didn't make me feel bad for her. Let me see. She didn't. To me, I don't think she played the pity victim role and oh, woe's me. There wasn't that. There was tears shed, but not that much. I felt like she knew she was guilty. She knows everybody on the couch thinks she's guilty, and she's embarrassed. And she was basically like, "Let me not speak unless I need to, because I don't want these women coming at me too hard, because I might just break."
mm-hmm.
And I think Andy thinks she's guilty based on what he said to her. Like, oh, you basically she's embodied what a housewife is supposed to be. She
Mm-hmm.
led her, she's known for her education, her family, and being, African, and he
Mm-hmm.
admired her, and he couldn't believe this. To me, that lets me know he thinks she's guilty too. It didn't come off. His statement did not come off. He felt like she was innocent.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, that's when she cried, based on what Andy said. And I was like, and you know what I just thought when I was watching that? A Black woman embarrassing the hell out of us one other time. That's how I felt. I just felt like, oh my God, the huge platform like this.
Mm-hmm.
One of few reality shows that have a bunch of Black women. You in CNN, you commentated all this stuff, and look how you just embarrassed. Oh, Black, to me, it's an embarrassment with this. Whenever someone in a platform like this does something that's such scam or bad, to me, it's bad for Black women, period. Anyone on that platform is it's embarrassing. I mean,
Yeah.
we had Teresa Judas. Yeah, we had them too. But that's different. We're not Italian. I'm not Italian. I ain't white. So when a white person does something like that, it's very embarrassing.
Yeah.
To me. And to me, it's an embarrassment to the franchise. It's an embarrassment to Black women.
Yes.
Even when you're educated Black women, they be like, yeah, you're educated, but look what you're doing.
Exactly. It's almost like we can't do it like on our merits, and like we can't do it like legit. We can't get the big house and renovate and have all this money. We have to be stealing and thieving. Like even if we are successful, that now there has to be an underlining illegal activities we're doing to get ahead. Like that's what it comes off like. Damn, you would think like she's Black, she got this, like she's a bad chick, she's doing it out here. That's what it would come off without the illegal activity. But then it's like, damn, now it's like she's falling from grace. And it is like sad because it does feel, it's disappointing.
Exactly. Like let's say if it was Giselle or Ashley, we could play, okay, Giselle's a single mother, Ashley just got her divorce. The embarrassment may not be as bad, but you are married. It's two. It's not like even she's a single mother could be like, well, she's a single. And we all know you're getting some sort of income. You became greedy. You felt that whatever money you were making wasn't good enough. It was good enough before you was on the show. Now you're trying to live with the Jones. But I just feel like I was so disappointed. Even though I didn't like Wendy, I'm still not a fan of Wendy. She did represent Black educated African Americans. She did.
Yeah,
None of them on
successful.
that show came in there with promoting education and I
Mm-hmm.
had 4 degrees. None of them even talked about 1 degree. And seeing on CNN, seeing platforms talk about politics and being very well spoken, and then finding out your husband's an attorney, and it was like, oh wow, she was when she came in. I was like, okay, I don't like her, but her life is interesting. This is a step up of someone in Potomac.
It's
It's like Harrison
inspiring.
Hudson. Yeah, she was a professional
Yeah.
working at John Hopkins. It was just like, wow, okay, I don't like her, but 4 degrees, your husband's an attorney, you look, good. It was just a lot for me to be like, wow. And then now look.
Once she got all them surgeries and now she wanted all these, and I just think she just started living beyond her means, like, and she wanted to keep up with the Joneses. And I believe she's guilty.
I allegedly, but I am 100% positive she's guilty. My only thing is, how is this gonna play out? Like after I watched it, I'm like, why is Wendy go to prison? Is not gonna be prison like Karen. She might get a lot of years.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're gonna also want to make her an example for any of the other housewives. If you guys even think of doing this, she's going to not only be an example to everyone who's scamming insurance companies, but also for the Potomac people, like the housewives people.
But I wonder if she's going to take a plea deal. Like if she does that and admits to it, I mean, listen, maybe that'll be, and I'm sure she'll come up with an excuse like, oh, I just wanted to take a plea to be home with my kids and not roll the dice. And she's probably going to say something because I believe that she would be better off taking a plea deal. They might give her a plea.
Yeah, but wouldn't the plea deal also maybe have some jail time? She may still have to go to prison, may not be that many years,
It
but she
depends
may
on
still have
her
to.
attorney, like, and in negotiations. Like, I think that they could negotiate, like, paying back or whatever. I don't even know if did she even get any money? But I'm sure she might have to do something, probation or something. But maybe it won't be no jail time. Because I don't
hope
think they gave her the
not,
money.
but
She didn't get any money.
yeah, I hope not. Like if she does jail time, I really don't care, and if she doesn't, but your livelihood is messed up. Okay, if the thing with Wendy, either way is bad. You go to prison is bad. That's gonna be bad. If you don't go, now everyone's gonna see you were guilty because you took a plea deal, because obviously you didn't have enough evidence to prove you're innocent. So you had to take a plea deal.
Mm-hmm.
The fear of, and of course your attorney's gonna advise you, like, you're gonna lose this case. You might as well take a plea deal. So with that being said, Eddie's gonna be disbarred, so he can't work as an attorney. What is he gonna do? Some people may not even want to go to Happy Eddie.
I don't think he ever was working as an attorney.
I don't think his Happy Eddie business is doing that well. Wendy, schools are not gonna hire you. Those 4 degrees is non-void. Like, what are you doing with the 4 degrees now? You're not gonna be in CNN and these major networks talking. All you have most likely is the housewives. You're basically a scammer or whatever you want to call it. Business ventures. She won't take years until this dies down to do it. All she's gonna have is Potomac.
Yeah.
And hoping kissing Andy's behind, he doesn't fire her. And she's gonna be a different Wendy, I think she's gonna be a different Wendy, bringing the drama even more, because she's gonna need to solidify her position there every season.
Yeah. She's gonna have a lot of pressure now. Like once she admits to it, or if she does admit to it, the pressure's gonna be on to redeem herself. Like it's gonna be so much so much pressure, because it's like, how do you redeem yourself if you what was the point of getting all these 4 degrees and it's like down the drain? What are you gonna do? Work with like the the vulnerable population is like getting released from jail, like that don't. I mean, they're not vulnerable,
what are you gonna do? We said the same about Karen, but for some reason Karen is gonna be like this. I think she's gonna make money out of this anyway. Maybe be a speaker, talk about alcoholism, or soon she's gonna open a nonprofit. She's gonna make some sort of money out of it. Whatever she's been through. Probably try to write a book. She's gonna do a lot of stuff.
What's Wendy's option? Nothing.
Nothing. And
Yeah.
though Karen, what she did was wrong, we know that. She didn't harm anyone. And Karen looked like was going through a lot. A lot of people could relate to Karen's situation. What Wendy was doing is kind of like rich people scheme. Like Karen, rich people can relate to alcoholism and take overdose and taking drugs, and the middle class, the poor. Karen has an audience.
Yeah.
Wendy does not. I mean, unless you want to talk about scamming, I don't know what the hell Wendy's gonna do.
And to
Either
me,
way.
it's like, they consider alcoholism a disease or whatever. So, to me, even though it's terrible to get behind a wheel and drive, and people have been killed by drunk drivers, it's terrible, but it's unfortunate that it isn't looked at as bad as like what Wendy did. What Wendy did
Exactly.
seems, in the eyes of society or with the law, you probably get more time. She probably would get more time if she don't take a plea deal. She probably will get more time because of the scamming. It's looked at bad because she came up with a whole story. You're lying. This is like not an accident. Whereas getting behind the wheel, even though it's a choice to get behind the wheel, some people could look at it as like, you are suffering with a disease and addiction. Some people have sympathy for that.
And then Karen mentioned the passing of her parents, so you could feel, and then Karen's older too, so you could kind of feel sorry for Karen. But Wendy also, her whole life is a mess because when you do insurance fraud, that affects all types of insurance.
Yeah.
Her car insurance, her home insurance. It's a lot of insurances, companies now. If she is found guilty, we'll cut her off.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, you scam the insurance company. We're not going to believe anything. I mean, even her car insurance, both of them. Home insurance, a lot of places may cut her. Maybe like, well, we're going to cut you. We don't want you as one of our customers anymore.
And it makes our rates go up when you really scamming for $500,000 from the insurance company. Like, it was just all around like a bad idea. And it's all because, to me, I just think she wanted to live a lifestyle that she really couldn't attain on her own. Or
I also think it wasn't just the lifestyle. Maybe it was also to help Eddie's business. We don't know. Maybe they needed money.
Her mom. They said her mom too. They mentioned that.
Her mom, please. If that was my mom, no. But I feel like it could have been also because, well, she supported her mom. Who knows how much she's giving her mother. Yeah. But I think it was also Eddie's business. Maybe they needed money to keep the business afloat. I mean, I don't hear about no happy Eddie.
It's his business. I don't know. I don't think it was his business.
I don't think his business is as successful as Wendy's making it seem. I don't think so either.
But I don't think they was putting money. I don't think they was how Giselle and Ashley had their business. Like, they were trying to like make it seem like it. But Giselle said like she's not putting no money into that business. It's not a real business. But they came out with whatever the name of that business supposedly was. So I think
or something like that.
Yeah, I just think it was a front. Yeah, I think they probably. I don't think Wendy pumped a lot of money into that business. I think they probably put their name, or maybe they were like the spokesperson. Because a lot of times they put their name on these makeup businesses, these weed businesses, in hopes that would generate a lot of like, people, fanfare, coming and buying and purchasing. It will amount to conversion of sales and stuff like that. But I don't think they were pumping money into that business. I don't think that they was like, from the ground up.
Like Stacey and her weed business. So, yeah, she's like the face of it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But Eddie had like a store. He had like it wasn't just like online. So I'm thinking, okay, if he has a place.
So he did. I don't know.
He had a place because they showed all the shows. So you got to pay your employees. You got to pay to keep the rent. I don't know. Maybe he had a business partner. I don't know.
I got to look into that to see. Anybody been to Happy Eddie out there? Anybody been to his business? Saw him coming out selling some Happy Eddie?
I doubt it. So exactly. One thing Wendy said, I didn't believe her for some reason, how her family and Eddie's family is very supportive. For some reason, I didn't believe that.
And I thought Eddie's family wasn't no parts of them.
Yeah, but not this season, but the season before, they had like a little get together. I think it was Wendy's birthday. His family came around. But based on how the mother acts and the mother behaved with Wendy just trying to talk to her father, I
Mm-hmm.
don't think her parents are taking it the way Wendy. Oh yeah, it's brought us closer together. Blah 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 blah. I don't really believe that for some reason.
I
And
didn't
I'm gonna
believe
be
that. I didn't believe it was. I believe her family. I'm sure her mother like tore her a new one because her mother does not seem like she seems like one of those hard mothers. Like she probably does give love, but it's probably that hard love. So I don't think her mother was like gathering around, holding her tight, hugging her. I don't believe it was like that, but I believe like maybe with Wendy, her support was just like it was a big deal. She probably called her, "Hey, what's going on?" or whatever. But I think she is trying to present an image like everybody's hurdled around her and just like lifting them up and making them feel like as a team they're gonna get through this. I don't like you said. I don't believe that, and I don't believe Eddie's family. I believe that they probably like I told you so.
Yeah, I don't believe her mother. I think maybe her sister, it looked like they have a better relationship. But I also think they probably be like, Wendy, how could you do this? You and the family.
Yeah.
Oh, they really gave her a new one. If they're supporting maybe the kids, but the way the mother is, I cannot see her trying to support Wendy at this time.
But I
And
think in
knowing
Wendy's
that,
eyes, no, but her mom seems like the mother type of mother that curse you out within a second, like for little things. Her mother probably didn't go as hard and cursing her out every which way. Her mother, to Wendy, it probably was like a little something, but to Wendy, it was a big deal because her mother doesn't seem supportive one bit, and she probably gave her a bit of something, and Wendy just is
yeah,
like feeling like it was so like it's better than what she's used to, and because of
yeah,
this, like.
and it's a lot of money that's being spent, attorney fees.
Yeah.
I can have going those court battles. And the mother's probably like, I don't care what's going on, you're gonna still support me.
I know. That's what I was gonna say. Her mom is probably feeling some type of guilt too, because most of that money probably went to, her care and upkeep.
I don't know. Based on what I don't think she feels guilt. I think now she's like, what look what you did. How are you gonna help me now? I think her mother is more gonna be mad that Wendy's no longer gonna be able to help her because she's like, Mom, we have this legal case. I think her mother's gonna be mad about that more than feel guilt.
No, I don't think she's gonna outwardly say. I don't think she's coming out saying that to her and worrying about herself and her daughters and handcuffs, having to fight all these cases. I think in a way she probably knows her daughter was now it's come out to light. Like I'm sure Wendy wanted to present the image to her mom too because the pressure was on, not just on Eddie, because I believe that Wendy was putting pressure on Eddie and to like get money or whatever to do what they need to do for the upkeep and keep them up with the Joneses. I believe it was pressure from her mom, not to give her not for Wendy to provide money to her mom, but I believe that Wendy wanted to present this image of success. Yes, she already got the 4 degrees, but it doesn't end there. Like you still want to have that American dream image of the family, the big house, the money, the designer bags. My kids are well taken care of. Everything is like, all the diamonds, all the gold, like that also is like a great image and gives, has the appearance of success without showing degrees. So I think the pressure was on her too, and she wanted to please her mom. So I just think her mom, she's probably not going to come out and say, Mom, this door because of you. But I'm sure her mother knows, like, I got to help my daughter now. But I'm sure her mom knows she was scamming. Her daughter was a scammer.
I don't when I watched the show, I mean the first season, yeah. Second season, I started questioning Wendy's pockets.
Yeah.
Because Eddie, they never showed Eddie. It's not like he was a partner in any law firm. They
Yeah.
never said Eddie owned his own
We
law
never
firm. They
saw him
never
fighting
said
cases.
Wendy had two business ventures that flopped. When she tried to do the candle wick, she was going to be the Black Martha Stewart. Nothing happened. I didn't even see a website. She works as a professor. Then she had quit that job.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I knew of her, she didn't say what all her stream of income is because people invest in stuff, people do real estate. But the way she is, if she had other business ventures, she would have let it be known.
Mm-hmm.
So I always wonder, like, all the stuff Wendy, I thought maybe she was loaning clothes, renting. I never believed that image of what she was trying to portray. For some reason, I didn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I was like, oh, maybe, but by then we already knew about the fraud allegations was when they were renovating the house. But then again, a lot of people could take out loans and to renovate their homes. So for some reason, I just never believed she had the type of money she was trying to act like she had.
Yeah.
Based on, and again, a lot of times we saw that based on, she didn't really flaunt lavish lifestyle, kind of, but she did on what she wore. Like Wendy, Potomac is not fashion. Let's be honest. Karen is I would say before Wendy was the most fashionable, and she was older. But they're not known like Atlanta to be fashion girls. So when Wendy came into the scene, she could have put anything on like Giselle. She could have still wore clothes that maybe we didn't really know what. She could have put a nice freaking Shein Fashion Nova outfit on, and no one would have gave a damn if it looked good on her. So I didn't understand, being in that type of circle in Potomac, why she felt she had to be the fashionista. Now, if you're in Atlanta, I would say, okay, I understand the pressure's on, but that group does not give pressure for fashion.
But it's the same reason as to then why does she get her body done? Because she's not around that type of group. It's not like everybody's there with boom, bow, like all kind of like, you know.
What body done is different. That I agree. I mean, she had a SpongeBob body. She did have a spine. I mean,
but she's not amongst like her peers aren't some like, you know what I'm saying,
to me, I think that is part of, or then again, maybe the clothing, like the confidence. Her body didn't feel the same. She just had a baby, her husband. She wanted to fit certain clothes, maybe, but then maybe that's also plays a part into why she wanted to wear the fashion stuff. Maybe now having this new body, she felt like now I could fit these type of clothes that I couldn't fit. Maybe that also boosted up her self-esteem. But to me, it just made me not understand why she had to do it for this team. Because if you go back to Wendy's pictures back in the day, she was not wearing this type of stuff.
Yeah, she definitely did a whole like 180 degree turn, like change when it came to like throughout the seasons.
Correct, but she still looked good. If you go back to before she had her daughter, I went back to like way back into Instagram page, way back. She still was dressed nice. It wasn't when I looked, as far as fashion and style, she always had it, even back then. But her style was not expensive back then, and it still looked good. So I just didn't understand why all of a sudden every scene, because when every scene they had, I'm not gonna lie, I was waiting to see what Wendy's gonna wear. Confessionals, I want to see what Wendy's gonna wear. She became that chick that I want to see what she's gonna wear. But for me, certain scenes, she was overly dressed, where it was like, okay, she wants a moment. There was a couple of scenes that Wendy did not dress appropriate for whatever outing, whatever they were doing. It was kind of like, really, this is extra. This is really, really extra. When everybody's dressed casual, here she comes dressed with a short skirt and heels and extra. And I think that's what she wanted that moment.
But then she got to keep up with that. I just feel like I think once you do all of that, and like you said, you're waiting to see what she's wearing. I believe that you start putting pressure on yourself to kind of outdo yourself each time you want to, one up yourself. So I just believe that she just got ahead of herself when she started.
Sometimes they rent these clothes for the confessionals or for a scene. I don't know what the other woman was doing, but maybe from what's happening, she was renting. But Andy Cohen also asked a good question, like, oh, they saying that you don't have any money. She didn't answer that question.
Yeah.
Based on everything we just said, I don't think the funds are the best.
I don't think so either. And that's why she had a million different credit cards and different names or whatever. So I do believe that she was strapped for cash. And then she came up with the idea about let's go away and stage a robbery. I think it was her idea, not Eddie. I believe it was her. Or it could have been Eddie, but I believe it was the pressure of keeping up with the Joneses and still trying to renovate and get the designer bags and keep up with like whatever she was doing, surgeries or whatever.
And being on Potomac, to me, for her, it just doesn't make any sense to me as to why she would do it.
Yeah.
And being on Potomac, I don't think she gets paid millions of dollars. So her salary in Potomac, I don't know how much it is, but after taxes and everything else, She's not bringing that kind of a whole lot of money.
Well, that's why she had to do what she did. She had expensive taste, and her 6 figures or whatever she was getting, I'm sure it wasn't more than 6 figures. It wasn't paying the bills. She wanted to scam for $500,000. So
Exactly. And the crazy thing is the scamming. I mean, she did renovations to the house. Maybe that was part of the insurance money. But the crazy part is the scamming is not like, oh, I'm scamming for, I don't know what kind of car she drives, but for, vacation and luxury, and I'm buying apartments, I'm buying cars. She was doing it for shoes, bags, and clothes.
mm-hmm.
Well, okay. So what else? What else happened? I feel like that was it. I can't even think of anything else that was interesting in the reunion.
Ashley still didn't wait, not Ashley. What's Kiana's friend's name?
Angel.
Yeah, Angel still didn't, like, I don't know, she didn't give. I was still waiting. I was hoping that this would be like, she would end the season, end the reunion with a bang. But nope, didn't give us nothing.
No sound. Yeah,
What
Angel
did you
didn't
think
say
about
anything.
them saying, that Giselle didn't have a package? When they say package, I'm like, what was the pack, like, what was everybody's package?
They're talking about when they go back and show what they did throughout the season. Like everyone they show like the little video of all
Did
of them. Huh?
Did they show that? Did they show everybody up? Did everyone get a package?
Yeah, even actually, that's what they were talking about package. Like when they go back and they show the video, clips throughout the season.
I feel like it's always edited scenes like that they show. I guess I never knew it was considered like, oh, they, like, to me, I always feel like they refer back. I guess it is a package because they do refer back when they begin talking to each housewife. They refer back to, like,
Yeah. So normally Andy will be like, okay, now let's talk about Ashley, and he'll show a video. Like it's like probably a minute or a couple of seconds. Well, more, maybe like a minute, and then he'll start talking to Ashley. So I didn't realize they didn't have a package for Giselle until they said it.
yeah, I didn't know.
And I'm like, why? I mean, Ashley, I see why. Because Giselle didn't show anything about her personal life other than being around the girls. I don't remember seeing her do this season.
Yeah, you didn't see nothing about her.
They went to college.
Yeah, it was nothing. She didn't really. You didn't see no scenes about her going through it. What do you think about the situation with her father? I know that was one thing that they talked about. That was the only thing I remember them, like,
that was the other reunion. I mean, that was the second.
No, but the conclusion now was that she lost the case. Like, that was a part of, you didn't have a decision with the last episode. Now we got a decision. She lost.
Well, with me, when I hear stuff with wills and things like that, blame the parent. And that makes me question. I know Giselle's very close to her dad, and I don't know the story, that your father and you being so close did not have all his matters situated to where you were going to get whatever you needed, because she said some of the things she really wanted was like history wise, like things that were her father was, I guess he was there with Martin Luther King. I don't remember his whole history, but he was somebody who marched, he was really into the Black movement. So he has a lot of memorabilia that she feels she wanted to keep. So the woman kept it. But where I felt that it was really messed up, which I found out the father's wife is Caucasian.
And so they were together though for 20 years. Like, I thought like it was a situation where they weren't together for a long time.
I thought they were together for 20 years.
They said, yeah, that's what I read, that they were together for 20 years.
Married?
Yes, that they was married. Let me Google it real quick. They said that they was
yeah, but regardless if they were married for 50 years, you're not Black. If she, as the daughter, wants the memorabilia of Black history, why wouldn't you give it to her?
I believe Giselle is like, I don't know. I feel like Giselle wanted more than just the memorabilia. Like, I feel like she wanted, I think she's lying about that. Like, that's all she wanted.
Well, legally, he's married to the wife.
Yes,
so a lot of times, once you're passed away, whatever is left, if you don't have a will or it's not a solidified will, it's left to the wife.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, I think Giselle's father failed. Or
Yeah.
you never know. Maybe he didn't want to leave anything to Giselle. We don't know. Maybe he's like, look, you got the show, you're making money. I want to leave my money to my wife who's older. She doesn't
Yeah.
work. And I want to make sure she has security in her life when I leave. You are
Mhm.
young, you have a job, you have kids that's going to be working. I don't want to, you never know. She
And
didn't make it seem like it was money, but I think that was part of her fight in court, not just
mhm.
freaking stuff he had from for Black History. I think it was money, and he could have just said, "I'm not gonna leave
Yeah.
this type of money," and he probably didn't verbalize it to her until he passed. Sometimes parents don't tell you anything. Then when they pass, like, what? You didn't leave me anything? You didn't leave my grandkids anything? And
I
if he
think
wasn't in
sometimes
love
people
with his
take it
wife,
for granted though, but at 84, you should have your affairs in order. But especially when you have like money and you have things, like it should be in order. I do think that unfortunately, some people do take time for granted and they don't have their affairs in order. I don't know if he did mean to do it, but to me, it seems like he wanted to do it. Like at that point, when you're diagnosed with brain cancer.
no, but it was fast. He wasn't like he had brain cancer, he was living for months. It's from what, maybe months, but it happens from what Giselle said. It happened very quickly. It wasn't like he lived years with the brain cancer.
Yeah, but you
But
could do a will within a day. I feel like that's what a lot of people do. Like you diagnosed, and I'm going to get a will done today. Like especially
what
when
ended,
you.
no, but I think what happened, and I don't know the whole story. I think he had a headache. He went to the hospital. They finally had cancer. He had surgery. I think it was
Oh,
one of those
okay,
kind of
yeah,
situations. It's
okay,
not like,
and it was
it was like
fast.
it
Like,
was really quick. And at that point, after the surgery, that will this is not on void at that point because they're gonna say, look, he just came out of surgery. They're not gonna trust anything he has to sign off on at that point.
mm-hmm.
I mean, talking about it now, I just think whatever he left, he wanted to leave to the wife. And the courts
That's
looked into
what I
the
think.
will. The courts looked into the will and they agreed. And Giselle, for whatever reason, seemed not to like that woman. They never talked about that woman. The woman was never on the show. For whatever issue, she didn't like the woman, and we already know how Giselle is. But my whole thing is her talk about this will. If they decide to give it to the wife, they had legal reasons why. And who you should be mad at is your father, not the wife.
Well, she's trying to say like it was like under duress, like that she put pressure on him to sign that will. Like he didn't do it on his.
How'd you know that?
That's what I just read here. It's saying
That's
that
what
it
she
was.
said.
Yeah,
Exactly. But when did she realize this was under duress? After he passed? While the will was being changed? And if that was the case,
yeah.
if you think there's someone, your parent is signing a will under duress while they're alive, there are legal actions you could take for that too.
It says that he signed it shortly after brain surgery.
Oh, see? Then yes. Then I'm on. Well, I didn't know that part.
And it
And
says,
that's what I'm saying. Normally they would not take a will like that. Legally, they would not. Under brain surgery, you're not even thinking
well, it's
properly.
kind of saying, well, I guess this law firm is kind of presenting what could be. It said in Graves' case, that's the father, if he signed a will shortly after brain surgery or while suffering from advanced brain cancer, that could present compelling evidence of his mental state, either before or after the will execution. Testimony from doctors and witnesses present around the time of the will's execution, along with medical records documenting his medical condition, would be crucial in asserting his mental clarity at that time. So maybe that is what, it's saying if, so it doesn't seem like there's evidence, but maybe they did have doctors that came
Yeah.
in and,
Just say, yeah, even though he had brain surgery, he was very coherent. He understood. He knew what day it was. So I see now why she did lose the case, because if they have doctors saying that, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So basically he had a will maybe that had Giselle's name on it. Once he had the brain surgery, the wife decided this is my opportunity to change the whole damn will.
But was it changed or was there ever a will?
I don't know. See, we don't know. Giselle, this should have been our storyline.
Yeah.
We spent like 5 minutes talking about this. You even went and Googled. You see, Giselle, you failed. This should have been
Exactly.
a storyline, even talking about it.
Yeah, we need to
Don't
know the
go maybe to the
specifics.
attorney. You're stressed out about it. You're talking to your mother about it. This is a storyline for Giselle, and she flopped.
Yeah. And I would like, and it's good for people that I think that's great for all of us to learn what
Yeah,
happened so we can avoid the mistake that would ever happen and get our fears in order. This can be a learning lesson for everyone that
exactly.
it was a lost
Uh,
opportunity.
unless she felt she couldn't talk about it because it was a legal case going on. But next season, I want to hear more about this damn will.
Yeah.
Next season, this should be her storyline. Tell us about this will. What happened? Now you lost the case. You should be able to talk about it.
And how your kids feel, like how the kids feel, like how the girls, how are they taking this? They was close to him too, I'm sure. So we need something. She got to give us something next season. Her dating
Yeah.
life, the effects of like losing the case, what happened, like the aftermath of it. Like, how do you feel now? Do you feel disappointed in your dad? Do you really feel that she, should we, I just think it's a learning lesson for her, for us, and she needs to have a storyline or wrap in
Yeah.
one. This would be
And
great.
it's crazy because I do know she's very sad about her dad's passing.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy how she holds back her tears to show any emotion. She has the thing about Giselle, I think a lot of people we don't know her story, but the fact that you try so hard to be tough and not to cry and not show emotions let me know you had a very troubling childhood. Because anything that comes with tears, you see she fights back these tears.
I don't know. I don't think that means that. I mean, I'm not a fighting back tears when I'm sad, but I'm not like that. That don't mean because you're not crying all over the place that you not like
all over the place, but I feel like she holds back tears all the time, even when they feel And I'm like, why? This is something they were talking about. I don't know. I just feel like she's always
No,
holding
I
back
feel her on
emotion.
that. You are strong. No, she got a strong exterior. I'm the same way. You ain't gonna see me crying. And if I do, I'm gonna try to suck up them tears quick.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm the same way, and I didn't have no tough childhood. It wasn't that bad.
Maybe I thought her child. I don't know. I feel like I thought her childhood was tough just because she did always hid any type of emotion.
But is it hiding emotion? Is that considered hiding, or just I'm not, I'm just not going to showcase that to people?
Yeah,
Like,
showing emotion. Maybe not hiding it, but showing.
no,
Or
I'm the
hiding or
same
not
way. I'm
showing
with
it.
Giselle. No, I'm not going to be crying.
I'll be a
I'm with
basket
Giselle
case.
on that. I'm not going to show emotions. I don't show emotions either. So I'm
Really? Oh, you see, I'll be a basket case. Not all the time crying like Candy from Atlanta Housewives,
yeah.
but certain topics, I even got emotional. Just certain topics, like for
Yeah,
her.
but you could be emotional and not be having waterworks and like all these tears coming down. Like you can still be, hurting and affected, but because tears are not streaming down my face, that means
I feel
that
like I've never seen Giselle emotional.
because she got a hard exterior, she don't want to let people in. Like to me, showing emotions, like I'm not gonna be crying all over the place. And if I do, I don't know. It's then that means something. It's terrible. Like I even no matter how bad I feel, I don't think I'm gonna be around groups of people crying, especially on TV.
That's when your makeup and everything. Then now you become a meme.
I know exactly, and especially she's hardcore like that. I don't know. I don't think
Yeah.
like her and Robin are kind of the same way. All of that crying, they don't be doing all of that. I'm not. I'm with that. I'm not going to be showcasing. I'm not going to be showing my vulnerable side and all of that. No, nobody gets that.
Yeah. Well, then you're right. So what else happened in this reunion? I can't even think of anything else. What the hell happened in this reunion?
Nothing. That the part 3 was kind of lackluster.
That's it. And then they all went around and talked about what the hell they planned for their future. And it was like, shut the hell up.
Yeah, I don't even be watching. I didn't even watch that part. That's like, okay, it's about to end. I'm turning the channel.
So that was it. We're done talking about Potomac. This is our reunion part 3 recap. Stay tuned. We'll be talking about Married to Medicine.
Yes, tonight, right after this, stay on the channel. You'll see the live. Toodles. See you in a minute.
Bye.